vodka. It's time to celebrate. The Melbourne Storm choked. Let's have a drink.
Cheers,
Fuck
Nick.
yeah, boys.
Nick from Australia.
Get over. Yeah. Ash Taylor, you overpaid wanker. Why the fuck would you go short? You stupid cunt. Yeah! Woo! Cowboys win! Yeah! Yeah! Here we go! Drink water! Holmes! Yeah! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Oh, how are we, lads?
How good. Came for this.
Wowee. Righto. Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Tonight I am joined by Pro Enzo Vids for the Paul Gallen versus Darcy Lussick boxing Xmas bash, whatever the hell they're calling it, review. Pro Enzo Vids, mate, thanks for coming on the channel tonight. I know it's 11 p.m. and it's a bit of a late night, but, mate, how are you going and what do you think of the Paul Gallen versus Darcy Lussick fight?
Yeah, first of all, just say no problem, you know. Had nothing to do, so just thought, come on, why not, and jump in your stream. Yeah, I'm going well, and I thought, I think the whole fight night was a bit disappointing, but, I thought there was some good parts as well. So, yeah, keen to give the whole review on it.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit mediocre as well, actually. I'm not really much of a boxing guy. My knowledge of boxing is not great by any means, but I thought to myself, everyone's watching the fight. No one's doing anything else, so why not come on here and do a live review for the show, the boxing fight? So I thought to myself, well, Gallen versus Lussick, I watched the fight, and obviously Paul Gallen was very, very impressive, especially in that second round and then the third round where he just went absolutely ballistic. But before we get into any review, make sure you guys go ahead and like this live stream. It's much appreciated. Comment in the live chat what you guys think about the fight as well. And most importantly, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It's much appreciated. Also, go and subscribe to Pro Enzo Vids' YouTube channel as well. Getting closer and closer to that 2K mark as well. So go and check out Pro Enzo Vids and subscribe to my channel and his channel if you haven't already. And also, for some reason, StreamYard won't let me put up the Manscaped logo on the screen, but I want to give a big thank you to Manscaped once again for sponsoring the video as well. Guys, the Lawnmower 4.0, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a great shaver for your balls. It has new skin safe technology. It's outstanding. I'm telling you right now, it's got the Lawnmower 4.0, the ball deodorant, the ball toner, and other great stuff for the great month of December. So, guys, go and check out manscaped.com. The discount code, guys, it's on the screen right there, NFA. It's all you have to do. But Pro Enzo Vids, mate, we will get into the Paul Gallen versus Darcy Lussick fight very soon. Let's go back to the first fight. Now, we're only going to cover the former NRL players and the current NRL players. We're not going to cover all of the fights because we'll be here to fucking midnight if we do that. But let's go to the first fight, man. Justin Hodges versus Nathan Ross. What did you think of the fight? Also, shout out to the chat as well. I'm trying to read the chat as we speak. But Hodges versus Rostock. Lorenzo, what'd you think of that fight, bro?
I think it started well. Like, I think Ross definitely was, he was very into it. I thought, he wanted a fast start and he wanted to win it because you could see that, he was definitely throwing heaps of, like, he was throwing them all right. Like, he was going, like, full in. So I could see he wanted it. And Hodges was, he was good as well, I thought. But I thought, like, after the first round, and it sort of declined a bit, I thought. That's where I thought it got a bit disappointing. Even the refs play a bit of a part in most matches. So I've got to mention that as well. The refs were pretty bad, but yeah, in general, this match, it wasn't like anything amazing, I thought, but it was still a good result for Hodges, I guess, because he got the victory in the end. So yeah, went on to Hodges in that one. But
do you think he deserved the fight though? Because when I watched it, I thought Rostock had him early, and then I thought Hodges got him back towards the end. I thought it was going to be a draw for all money, and then they gave it to Justin Hodges. Do you think the result was fair, or do you think a draw what should have happened? What do you reckon?
Well, originally I was thinking it was going to be a draw because, like, I couldn't really see how they could split it between them two in all the rounds. But I think Hodges, I think he deserved it. I can't see why he doesn't. But I guess Ross came close as well. So yeah, I think it was a fair fight.
It wasn't it wasn't the worst fight I've ever seen. I've seen worse fights before. I thought Hodges, some of his tactics that he was getting told by the trainers weren't too bad. I thought Hodges really handled himself well because when the fight started, Rostock just went in and he really wanted to get him early. And at the end of the fight, then Rostock 41, and then Hodges ended up winning the fight. And Rostock was like, "What?" But it wasn't the best fight by any means. But Justin Hodges gets the result. I'm with you. Probably could have won either way. A draw would have been fine, but I guess the way sport is nowadays, no one's happy with a draw. There always needs to be a winner, always needs to be a loser. So there wasn't much between them, but Justin Hodges gets the result, and fair play to Hodges because going into this fight, he actually lost his last two fights. So Hodges was due for a win, and he got one up there on the Rostock. But fair play to him. Righto.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go to the next one, which was Taylor May versus Freddie Lussick, I believe. What'd you think of this one? Taylor May, the young Panthers rookie coming through against Freddie Lussick, who's another rookie coming through at the Chooks.
Yeah. Again, this one wasn't anything amazing. I thought it was an average fight to say the least. But with Taylor May's performance though, he threw about I don't know how to explain it, but he threw over 100 punches to the head. I swear, he was going rapid.
Haymakers, bro.
yeah, that's it. He was going all out, wasn't he? So I thought, Taylor May definitely had the energy in him and definitely was ready to go. And I thought, Freddie Larson wasn't bad, but I could see he got smashed by May. I think May easily, demolished him in the end. I thought Larson was going to win. I thought he'd actually have a good chance, but turns out May was, seemed more ready for it and definitely wanted to, get the victory, and he did. So I got to say, May was, he did very, very well, and Larson got smashed, unfortunately. So,
the reason why Taylor May got the result is because he landed more punches than Freddie Lussick. I know that there wasn't a lot of great punches that connected in that fight, but Taylor May obviously got a little bit more skin than Freddie Lussick. There wasn't a whole lot in it. It was iffy, I guess you could say, like CJ says in the live chat. But I think it was a mediocre fight at best. And to be fair, majority of these fights through the whole night were mediocre because some of them have never boxed in their lives. The only one that did was really Gallen has had a heap of fights, and Darcy Lussick's had a couple now. But this wasn't the worst fight in the world. Taylor May versus Freddie Lussick. I wasn't really into this fight as much as I was with the main event, obviously, with Gal versus Darcy Lussick. But it is whatever, man. It wasn't much of a fight to really review because it was a very weird fight. I reckon you could go downtown to your local supermarket and you'd see a better fight than what you saw between Taylor May and Freddie Lussick. With all due respect to them, they just went out there, they gave it a crack. Fair play to them. They're going to get paid, I believe. I think it might go to charity or something.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how it all works, but full credit to them for getting in the ring and having a go.
Yeah, exactly. If they get a good payday, then yeah, that's all that matters, really.
Yeah, so Taylor May gets the result there over Freddie Lussick. No knockout required. Now let's go to the fight where I laughed my fucking ass off at this. Joey Lailua's entrance was better than the fucking fight itself. He come out, he had this big fucking sombrero hat on. It was like he was going back in time travel when he was at the Roosters. He had that big fucking hat. Nick Politis was probably watching it with fucking having a good time watching that. This was fucking funny. I want to ask you before we get into the fight between Lailua and Chris Hohnen, what did you think of the fucking entrance of Joey Lailua?
Seriously, I thought he was kidding himself at first. Like, I really thought he was. Like, I didn't know what he was doing. I was laughing as well, but yeah, I thought it was a bit stupid for a bit of an entrance. But I was just trying to get a laugh, I guess, trying to make the whole entrance entertaining. So yeah, good on him. I guess it's a bit funny. So yeah, it's fine.
Fuck me, I was funny. I was on my Instagram story watching the entrance, and I had to film it. And I'm looking at it, and I just couldn't stop laughing. He walks out with this big fucking hat. He's probably got money sitting in the corner of each hat. Maybe he's got a couple of cigars in there, brown paper bags rolled up in the fucking hat there. I thought that was outstanding, to be honest, bro. I thought that was funny. But let's get into the fight. Joey Lailua, man, fuck. He started well. He knows how to fucking throw him early, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And yeah, I thought he was really good. Like, I agree. I thought he was really good early on, and I didn't really
early
think
on. Yeah, he did get a bit sloppy towards the end.
Yeah, I think stamina obviously got him in the end. But to be fair, I didn't really see much of Hyington. That's just my opinion. I thought Hyington was really poor.
He looks old and slow, didn't he?
He did, yeah. It seems like his body's definitely having a toll on him. Another thing I will say is that the only thing I really thought Hyington did across that whole match was when Lailua was looking the other way, when trying to go for that dog shot. That's the only thing I really thought Hyington did. That's all he did. Like, I can't really think of it much else on what he did. So yeah, it was a clear win by Lailua.
I think Chris Hohnen's game plan going into this fight was terrible because he come out and he didn't really offer a whole lot. He got a couple of nice little hits there when Joey Lailua, but there was nothing really that was going to threaten Lailua. He didn't really, take a risk. He sort of just went out there and he blocked everything, and he was trying to win it by decision, which was never really going to happen. The only way Chris Hohnen was going to beat Lailua is if he went out there early and he got a couple of early shots on him, and the fight could have ended early. Lailua, bit sloppy, although what I will say, in the Lailua versus Chris Hohnen fight, there was this, he did this 3 or 4 times. He went for this big fucking, he went for this one shot with like a good whack. It was like a fucking combo that he had practice ready to go. And he went for it about 4 times and he did not connect once. And I was watching it with my brother and I'm going, that's the 4th time now where he's gone for that combo. If he fucking connects it, Hyington will be down. And credit to Hyington, he fucking defended it really well. He's a tough cunt, Chris Hyington, I'll tell you right now. He knows how to take shots, but Lailua had him pretty much the whole way. Chris Hyington looked okay in the second round, but Lailua was pretty much all over him, and he got most of those shots in early. I noticed Joey Lailua as well. I thought he was a lot quicker than Chris Hyington. I thought he had a bit more speed. Chris Hohnen was trying to defend his way to victory, and unfortunately, it just didn't happen for him. And Joey Lailua was just too quick, and he got the job done. Anything else you want to add on that fight? I thought Lailua was just a little bit too quick for him.
Yeah, I just think Lailua was just an easy victory. So, did really well. So I congratulate him.
Oh, before we move on to the big one between Gallen and Lussick, I got to say, did you see the Joey Lailua post-match interview?
Yeah, yes. I posted on my story on Instagram too.
I gave him the microphone and I went, Joey, you've won the fight. And then Joey goes, to all the people out there that said I wouldn't last 4 rounds, fuck you, go fuck yourself, you fucking haters, you assholes and all this. And oh, fuck me, that was the funniest thing I've seen all fucking day. That was fucking brilliant. Lailua just pretty much told everyone to go and get fucked. He didn't give a shit. He did not care. And then Chris Hohnen got the microphone and he goes, you know what? We all got in the ring. We all had a go. Credit to Joey Lailua and whatever. And he said, good luck over in England because Joey Lailua was going to the Championship League, excuse me, for 2022. So Chris Hohnen, man, a lot of respect there. And now they'll probably, when the fight was over, they probably went out a shower. They're probably going to go back to a quiet pub somewhere and have a drink. And that's what you do when you have a fight with someone. Whether you win, lose, or draw, you shake hands, you go and have a shower, you go and have a fucking beer at a pub, and you just enjoy yourself. It doesn't matter who won the result because you earn each other's respect after that. But I thought this fight was actually okay. I didn't mind this fight. I thought it was probably one of the better fights of the night.
Yeah, like if I was to give a rating for it, maybe a 6 or 5.5 out of 10. Like,
yeah,
it was decent. It was decent.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was a good fight between Lailua and Hohnen. I know it was pretty one-sided, but Chris Hohnen, he would have been an all right boxer maybe 5 years ago. Lailua probably should have started it maybe 3 years ago as well. Lailua was okay, but with all due respect, he's not going to go far in his boxing career, I don't think, anyway. If he fights someone great, I think Lailua will get fucked up, to be honest. But full credit to him. They both got in there. They had a crack. Lailua lasted the 4 rounds like he said he would. No one believed him. Everyone thought he'd get knocked out or whatever. But decent fight. Not really much more to talk about there. Mate, let's get into the main one. Paul Gallen versus Darcy Lussick. Paul Gallen wins in round 3 via TKO, which is the final round. Fuck me. Darcy Lussick came out of the ropes like a fucking animal until they were pretty much all illegal shots to the back of the head. What did you think of Gallen versus Lussick?
Yeah, see, I liked how he started. I liked how Lussick started because, you know, he definitely
very aggressive.
Yeah, he's aggressive. Like you can tell by his punches that he's an aggressive bloke, and he knows how to get in there like really early. So just the unfortunate thing was he's used his energy too early. He used all his energy way too early because, as you can tell, when it was the other round, I think it was like round 2 when it was like that was happening. You can tell Lussick was all out and like he had no energy. His stamina was gone. Like, you know, he had no chance of really coming back or doing anything to Gal, like no damage. So you see, I think he has potential as a fighter, Lussick. Like I really think he does have potential. I could see him, you know, potentially having more pro fights or something in the future. But yeah, look, Gal's just an experienced boxer overall. You know, how to get the job done. So I guess at the end of the day, credit is due to Gal, and you know, fair fight and well done to him on the victory.
Here's the thing, bro. Now, I said this when the fight started. Darcy Lussick's only way of winning against Gallen was to go in the first round and just go throw everything at him straight away or get him in the second round real early. Because here's the thing, right? 2 3-minute rounds. There's no chance in hell Lussick's going to win via a decision. The only way Lussick's going to win is if he goes out there early, throws a bunch of shots, gets him early. It's the only way he was going to win. And credit to Lussick, because that's what he did. He went out there early, threw all these shots at Gal, and he sort of had Gal maybe a little bit rocked, but Gallen's a tough motherfucker. You're not going to drop Gallen like that. Gallen's had plenty of fights. He's experienced now. He knows how to defend himself very well, and Gallen played it fucking brilliantly. He went, righto, Lussick can come out and throw everything he has at me early. Gallen will block it and defend it, and that's what he did. First round, I'm going, well, it's pretty much do or die now for Lussick, because if he doesn't get him, second round he's gone. Goes out there in the second round, goes extreme early. Gallen blocks most of them shots, gets Lussick in the fucking ribs, and I'm like, well, Lussick's fucked. He won't last the first, and he won't last the third round. We get to the third round, Lussick goes out there, and mate, the cunt was fucked. At the end of the second round, Lussick was gone. There was no way he was getting out of this. Gallen had him. The rib shots were brutal. He had a lot of nice combos, Gallen. Gallen was beating the fuck out of Lussick, and the referee had to call it, and I'm glad he did, because Lussick was done for, man. And everyone's going to say, oh, Lussick's an idiot for using all of his energy in the first round. Well, here's the thing. 3 2-minute rounds, Lussick ain't going to get him in the third round or the second round. He has to get him in the first round. Otherwise, there's no way he's going to win. So Lussick did exactly what he had to do. Unfortunately, it didn't work for Darcy Lussick. But Gallen, too good. Fuck me, he's a tough cunt, man. He can take some shots, Gallen. His rib shots are pretty fucking deadly too.
Yeah, that's underrated, actually. That is underrated, his rib shots.
They fucking hurt, bro. Like, because you see them, they're coming out, and Lussick's throwing them. He's throwing these haymakers. He kept holding Gallen as well, which was never going to work. And then when Paul Gallen got him in the ribs, Lussick was down, and he goes, fuck. And then pretty much he had him fucked. Lussick was gone after the first, in my opinion. So the first round, Lussick had a chance. Didn't really take it. Second round, the first minute, Lussick had to do it there and then. And he didn't do it. Once Gallen got those rib shots on, it was gone. And then we got to the third round. Lussick had no energy. The bloke was gone. And then Gallen just went fucking bang. He didn't knock him out. He fucking belted him too much and the fight was over. Gallen was far too good.
Yeah, and another thing I want to point out is as well that I thought Lussick was being very illegal at first. Like I thought with the
he was
grabbing his neck, from behind. That's not boxing. That's just
Can't
plain
do it.
stupid. Yeah.
To be fair though, every time a boxer's in trouble, they'll always try and grab the neck and try and get him to stop so they can get a bit of energy back in them. But once Darcy Lussick did not get him in the first round and early second, I knew Gallen had it won. Like I knew it was over. Like I was saying to Josh, I said, well, if he doesn't get him now, it's over. Gal's going to beat him. Yeah. He'll defend at the victory. And Darcy Lussick was his rib shots, man, that he caught from Gal. They would have fucking hurt like anything. But Paul Gallen, man, just too good. Who do you want to see Paul Gallen fight next, Lorenzo?
See, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I know it's never going to happen, probably. I mean, I want it to happen, but that probably won't happen. I like to see Gal versus Jake Paul. Like, I like to see that, actually. That'd be very interesting.
Jake Paul?
Yeah. Because, I mean, Jake's not a bad fighter. I know he gets a lot of hatred, which is fair enough, but to tell you the truth, he's a good fighter like Gal. So, I mean, if that was to ever happen, I'd like to see that ever, come one day, but it seems unlikely with everything, how it's going. So, but you never know. Never know. Could organise.
I don't know if it'll happen because of the weight division. I'm not sure what the weight of Jake Paul is. I've got no idea if they'll even be on the same. If they can even fight.
That's why
I want to see the fight that's been talked about for about 5-7 years now. Paul Gallen versus Sonny Bill Williams. It needs to happen. Sonny Bill keeps saying he wants to have a fight. Paul Gallen's been calling him out for fucking 5-7 years. Sonny Bill won't do it. He won't fucking do it. So Sonny Bill Williams has got no balls. He needs to fight Gal. Even though I reckon Gal will fuck him up, I reckon Gallen will beat him. I reckon he'll beat the shit out of him. I really do. If they fight, I'm backing Gallen. But fuck. When's Sonny Bill going to grow some balls? And when is he going to get in the ring and fight Gal?
I remember last year as well, on the 9 panel or something when SBW
I remember this as well.
There. Yeah, Gal called him out for a fight, and SBW just kept laughing, didn't really give much of an answer. So that proves that SBW could be a bit of a bitch at the same time, not a bit scared to fight.
Well, just think about it, bro. Gal versus Sonny Bill, it's a box office event for Australia boxing, even though some people will be upset by me saying that. But here's the thing. Gallen, whether you like him or you hate him, he's a box office attraction in this country. Sonny Bill Williams, he's a professional athlete. He is a box office attraction as well. Gal versus Sonny Bill, both guys will make plenty of money. They'll have a nice payday. They can get out there and have a fight. They can send a lot of the money to the charities and to the hospitals and all that. The fight needs to happen. And I don't give a shit if it's going to be 2 3-minute rounds like it was tonight with Gal versus Lussick. I'd like to see maybe 5 rounds of Gal versus Sonny Bill. But the fight needs to happen, man. Gallen versus Sonny Bill. I want it to happen. I think it needs to happen, bro.
I agree. That'll be a very good fight. So hopefully they can get something sorted very soon.
Hopefully it can happen because Sonny Bill keeps talking about fights and he reckons he wants to have 3 fights in the next 18 months or something. Well, I hope Paul Gallen's one of them because I think it'd be a big event for Australia, and I think it'd be a good thing for both guys because both guys would make plenty of money. But what I will say, Paul Gallen versus Josh Lailua could happen as well because Josh Lailua unfortunately contracted the virus, and the fight obviously he couldn't go. And Darcy Lussick had to come in. To be fair, Darcy Lussick only had about 5 to 6 weeks preparation for the fight, which isn't really long. But Gallen versus Josh Lailua from your boys, the Manly Seagulls, would not surprise me if that were to happen.
And see, I was telling you this in the green room, Nick, that like I think if tonight was Aloye versus Gallen, would have been better because obviously there's more hatred, and I think it was more anticipated than what the whole Lussick one was. So I think hopefully it happens next. I remember Gallen saying that he wants it to happen maybe early January or something, like that. So hopefully that can occur.
Well, it can happen in January, and I guess it'll come down to your boys and Desi. Will he allow him to play before the season starts that close? Who knows?
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, last year there was a whole NRL boxing event thing going on. That happened in February, and everyone was all good to play for round 1 and that. So, I mean, if Gallen versus Josh Lailua happens at late January or early February, I'll be keen to see it happen. But with all due respect, bro, I think Gallen will beat him if they do fight.
See, I'll cheer on Aloye because he's obviously a man.
You would. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, but Gal's obviously an experienced boxer overall, and you got to give credit to him for how he's approached each match he's been in. So I think Gal's a good chance.
You'd be sitting there cheering on Josh Lailua, like, come on, Lailua, do it for Manly. But then realistically, you'd be going, I think Gallen's going to win. But you'd be cheering for Josh Lailua. I see what you mean. It's like when I'm watching the footy. If the Cowboys are having a shit year, say we're in the bottom 4 and we're playing, I don't know, the Roosters or the Panthers, I'm sitting there, right? I'm cheering on the Cowboys. I'm like, come on, the Cowboys. But the next minute, Roosters are top 4 and we're coming last or something. I'm like, we're going to lose this game by 30, but I'm still going to cheer the boys on no matter what. It's the same thing, really, isn't it? But, man, before we get out of here tonight, what would you give the whole pay-per-view tonight a rating out of 10, with 10 being the best?
Oh, well, the refs have played a big part in most of the matches that we saw tonight. So obviously that's going to bring like a bit of marks down for me. But I'd say overall, give it a decent 5.5 out of 10. I believe it wasn't bad each card. So I thought it was not bad, even though it could have been a bit better in some ways. But I still thought it was good to watch overall.
Yeah. I'll probably give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, it was whatever. Some of the fights were mediocre. Some of the fights were entertaining. My favourite part of the night was the Joey Lailua entrance. I thought that was fucking funny. That was my favourite part of the night, and his post-match interview was hilarious. Mate, just quickly, what was your favourite part of the whole card?
I got to agree. I think the Lailua entrance and even his post conference as well was really good. So, I mean, because there isn't really much to really like enjoy about the whole fight. Really, like there's not really too much to talk about.
There wasn't a lot going on. I agree.
So I have to agree with you, Nick, on that one.
All right. Well, I reckon that might do it. Also, I want to give a big thank you to Pro Enzo Vids for coming on and reviewing the Paul Gallen versus Darcy Lussick fight with me, along with the Taylor May fight with Freddie Lussick and Joey Lailua versus Chris Hohnen. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Pro Enzo Vids, thanks for coming on, bro. Everyone go and check out Pro Enzo Vids' YouTube channel. Also want to give a big thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring the video once again. Manscaped, guys, they got the Lawnmower 4.0. They've got the ball deodorant, the ball toner, and other great stuff at Manscaped. Guys, the discount code is on the screen, NFA. So go and check out Manscaped. Pro Enzo Vids, thank you for coming on tonight, bro. I appreciate it.
No worries, bro. And it's good to see you well again. Obviously, you had that surgery yesterday, so I'm glad it all went well.
Yeah,
and I'm glad
I had surgery this morning at 10:30 a.m. It is now 11:30 p.m. I'm at the hospital. I'm at home. I'm resting up, relaxing. Probably going to have a nice sleep soon and get on these bloody antibiotics. But we're getting out of here, guys. Have a great night. I hope you guys enjoyed the Paul Gallen versus Darcy Lussick review and all the other fights. I'm out of here. I'm tired as fuck. I'm going to bed. Have a great night, guys. See you in the next one.
Thanks, everyone.